The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everybody. We seem to have some problems with the audio at the moment. Could you just confirm you can all now hear me okay by raising your hand by selecting the hand icon on the main screen there for me? Fantastic, that's great. It seems that everybody can hear me now. So just to recap, I don't know if anybody heard the original introduction. My name is Andrea White and I'm from the newly formed Advisor Support Team at Head Office. Today's session will be a Trigold specific session. First of all, we'll be running through Trigold process, followed by how to download a suitability letter from Trigold. Now I'm joined by my colleagues Malcolm Etchells and Sean McCarthy. Malcolm is one of our mortgage specialists new to the team. He's worked as a mortgage advisor previously and has a lot of experience in this industry. So he's going to show you a quick demonstration of Trigold to begin with, and then Sean McCarthy will show you a quick demonstration of how to download your suitability letter from Trigold. Following the two demonstrations, there will just be an open question and answer session. So if anybody has any questions to ask either myself or one of my two colleagues, please just pop those in the question box and we'll pick those up for you as soon as we possibly can. Okay, if anybody has any questions throughout the process or throughout the demonstration, again, just pop those in the question box and a member of the team will pick those up for you. Okay, so I'm just going to hand you over to my colleague Malcolm Etchells now and he'll talk you through the Trigold process.
Good morning, everyone. It's Malcolm Mitchell speaking. Hope everyone is well this morning and looking forward to your weekend. Today I'm going to discuss Trigold. I'm going to give a quick Trigold demonstration. Before we start, I just wanted to discuss the versions of Trigold that you may have. There are three versions of Trigold that we're now running. We're running a PS version, which is an LNG Club version. We're running a intrinsic restricted version and an intrinsic independent version. So today, don't worry too much about the sourcing results, because they will be different. It's all depending on, it's about the process and how you actually go through Trigold. Now, I'm sure many of you have used Trigold before, and you will be familiar with how it works. So I'm going to be using a very basic Trigold demonstration. But the best thing to do is, if you have any questions, just pop them on the question section, and either myself or my colleague will be able to answer. We can try and make it very, very interactive so you can enjoy it. I know sometimes these things can be quite boring, so let's try and have an interactive session today. Okay, I know in the invite, some of the information we talked about would have been sourcing Help to Buy, sourcing shared ownership, etc. Now, with regarding Help to Buy, Trigold is looking to incorporate some extra filters into that, and that's undergoing testing at the moment. Okay, so we're looking at basically quite a generic sort of demonstration today based on a first-time buyer and a fairly decent loan to value. If you have any questions about shared ownership, then please let me know and we'll go through a shared ownership section as well. Can everyone just raise their hands, please, to confirm that they've heard that and understand what the content is, please? Great, guys. Most people are confirming, which is great. So you've obviously worked out the technology, which is a great thing this morning. You know, it's the orange hand and the green arrow. And so thank you very much for that. Okay, so let's start with this. So you guys can see what I'm doing. Right, so if you look at the screen at the moment, you'll have, yeah, just bear with me for a second. Okay, so you'll see on the screen we've gone through to a section where we're going to new clients. Okay, so with Trigold, it really depends on how you want to use Trigold. You can go to browse products and look at products quite quickly and get a general feel, or you can go into the new client section and type in new client, and then this screen comes up. So I've typed in John Smith. When you do source, you could just type in initial, a first name, a surname, an income, and then you could then go on to sourcing. Okay, but for this scenario, because Sean's going to be going through a suitability letter, we've gone through a bit of a trial case. So you've got Mr. John Smith, his date of birth, his telephone number, his wife, Jill, with her date of birth, the address, both addresses with an employed status, with a £35,000 annual income, and they've been in the job for 5 years. Similarly with Jill, she's been employed and she has £28,000 worth of income, and she's been there for 4 years, 6 months. So is everyone happy and fine with inputting very basic client details? Could you please raise your hand to confirm that you're happy with putting in very basic details into the new client section?
Let me try to, then in that case, I only managed to make a 40 on the voicemail when we got right here. I dropped him an email.
We're nearly there, guys. Is Jay Mystery, do you understand what I've talked about there in terms of putting it through? There we go, guys. So everyone seems to hear me, and we can take it from there, which is really good. Okay, right. So we've got the basic details in there, and what we'll then do now is go to source. Okay. So what we looked at is we looked at a valuation of 160,000. We then looked at a deposit of 16,000, which will then give you a loan of 144,000, and that then works out the loan to value for you. So what you could do when you are sourcing, you could put in the purchase price, either the deposit amount, the loan amount, or the loan to value amount, and the rest of it will actually be pre-filled for you. Okay, so then you've got a section to have repayment or interest only or endowment, etc. So we've gone for repayment method, keep it nice and simple today. There's also then the purpose of the loan, so it's a purchase section. Going forward, if you guys do want to rediscuss a case, we can look at potentially splitting a loan as well, so looking at interest only and repayment and going through a source that way. We then looked at you then look at the section of mortgage types. There's various types of mortgage types, as you guys will know, from fixed to the tracker. We've selected the fixed and the tracker section, and we've picked a sourcing between 2 years and 5 years, 4 months. Now, generally speaking, again, it depends on how you use your sourcing system. Okay, you could use 1 year to 5 years, 6 months. It really depends on what sort of sourcing period you want. Because as you'll remember, and as you'll know, most lenders now don't have an exact 2-year deal or 3-year deal or 5-year deal. They tend to sort of work in months. So this will give you that option. Now, the version that I'm using at the moment is the Trigold PS version. So again, don't worry too much about the sourcing at all. So then you would press source, and then from source, you would then get the sort of the sourcing results. Okay. Now the sourcing results come out in the way of you've got the lender down the left-hand side, yeah, and it'll source initially on the interest rate. You've then got the initial interest rate down there. You've then got the initial pay, so how much the payment's going to be for that period of time. Okay. What we potentially can do to make it a little bit easier is go to 2 years. Try and get all the 2-year deals. Okay, this is sort of making it a bit easier in terms of looking at all 5-year deals. So if your customer wanted a 2-year deal, we would then look at source, and similar deals come up. So on the left-hand side, but it's sourcing by initial rate originally. So you've got left-hand side, you've got all the lenders. You've then got the type of mortgage, so it's a fixed rate. You've then got the initial payment, so it's basically what first payment is. It's when that fixed rate actually expires. You've then got the rate that it will go to at SVR once that deal finishes. And further along the line, you do have a section of the total to pay. If you bear me for one moment, I'm just going to turn the screen around so I can actually show you the total to pay section. Just 2 seconds. Hi there, I'm back. So you have the fees down that section. You then have any cashbacks and any loan to values. But depending on how you want to source the deal, generally speaking, having been an advisor in the past, I would always tend to look at total to pay. Again, you have to look at that, and you can look at total to pay over the 35 years or over the period of time where you are actually doing the rate for. So I would look at total to pay over 2 years. I would include any fees that are going to be added to the potential loan. It'll then source it in a way that will show you what the best is over a period of time. Now, if you look at where my cursor is showing at the moment, okay, it's showing the total to pay. So it'll actually put it in reverse order of the cheapest going forward. So that will incorporate any fees, any cashbacks going forward. Okay, so again, it's totally up to you how you want to source a product. It's totally up to you how you want to choose a product. But that's what generically people would generally pick at this stage. So that's a very, very basic demo about how you can source a basic mortgage at 90%. Obviously, if you're looking to source it with a bigger deposit, then the loan value will change, etc., etc. What I'll do now, if I may, is ask you to if you can ask any questions at this stage, put them onto the question sheet, and we'll take it from there. Thank you. Hi there. I just mentioned that Roger Harrison is just talking regarding the sourcing, which is fair enough. Well, what we have to do is look at how we actually source the mortgage. Okay. So going back a section, it would be mortgage requirements, purpose of loan, first-time buyer, repayments. As I mentioned before, you put in the valuation. You then have to put either in the deposit, the loan to value, and that then works it out for yourself. You then look at mortgage types, so you have the fixed all the way through the trackers. You then look at the different types of products. Now, we generally sort of source excluding lifetime products, or if you want to do lifetime products, you would include it. Your panel section's there, and then you would just click the source button, which then would get you those results. I'll put you back on pause so we can then take some questions. Thank you. Good morning. Hi, Ian and Taryn. You've talked about asking questions about what the blue and red icons actually stand for. Now, on my sourcing system at the moment, there's only blue ones. The blue ones will indicate that they are exclusive to the panel that you're actually using. So again, it depends on if you're a PS advisor or an intrinsic advisor will come up. So, but blue icons and blue shading out of the details implies that it is an exclusive product. Could you raise your hands to confirm that that's okay and you understand that answer? Thanks very much, guys. I'll put you on hold for a second, okay? Good morning, guys. Thanks for the questions, and hopefully all the questions have been answered there so far. What I'm going to do now, if you can see my screen, is go back to the sourcing section. So we could potentially look at, I don't know how many of you guys actually do shared ownership, but if we're looking at a shared ownership deal, okay, we could click onto, so the same scenario, okay, with the client details, still Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Hi there. Michael has asked about sound. Can everyone else hear today? Because Michael Pape seems to have lost the sound. Could you confirm by raising your hand, please, guys, that you all can hear me? Didn't say that, yeah. Hi, can I just confirm? Most of you guys can hear, but Michael, can you hear all right at the moment? Michael, can you hear at the moment? Is that all right? Can you raise your hand to confirm you can hear, Michael? Just have a question, if I can, at the moment for Nishat. Hi, I think we have spoken on the phone with them before. Hi, good morning. You're talking about in terms of compliance. I thought we couldn't source the one mortgage type, i.e., fixed rate, and not show tracker and fixed rate. In the past, compliance did not accept this and state it is incorrect. Well, if you're sourcing a fixed rate, then you would just have fixed rates on the sourcing list. You wouldn't have to source every single option on there, because obviously the sourcing list would be very large. Can I just confirm, Nishat, did you get my response then? Do you understand that? Thank you very much. Okay, guys. Obviously we know there are questions coming in. We will come to them. I'm just going to show you how to source on a different type of deal, if I can. So if you look at Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the same details as before. You then look at source. So we're looking at purchase, a first-time buyer, and let's say Mr. and Mrs. Smith want to buy a shared ownership deal. You click the shared section. That then brings up on the bottom of the screen. It brings up scheme type. Now, again, what you would do there is you would put in the price of the whole property, so the whole 100% share of the property, you would put the price in. Okay. You would then put in the amount of loan that you wanted to rotate the amount of deposit you were putting down. And if you go to the section at the bottom, you would then state if it was shared ownership or shared equity. So you would click in shared ownership, and then you would click in, say you were buying 25% share, you would type in that. And so say you were buying 40% share of the 100% share, that would then work it out for you. Okay, so you've got the full price up here, the value. You've got your deposit you're putting down, and this would then work out by the 40% share of what you're buying, what the LTV was of the whole 100%, and the LTV was of the 40% of the property. And then you could then just click source. Assuming he wants to, again, the person wants a 2-year fixed rate. And again, guys, just to confirm, the sourcing will be different depending on what version of Trigold you are using, okay? Okay, so there we have it. So we have the deals that are available via that share ownership deal. And again, it's quite prudent to click the total to pay section and work it out as you would normally do. I'm not going to do it in this instance. I've already showed you that. And again, what's quite important as well is if you are sourcing a deal, you know, it's very important to look at the codes on the deal up here and confirm that those codes are the same codes that the lender has. Because what you don't want to do is source a deal today, signing up tomorrow, and the codes are different. Obviously, that doesn't help anybody, especially your clients. Okay. What I'm going to do now is just put the phone on mute for a second and try to answer some of the questions that have come in with myself and Sean. Thank you.
Hi guys, it's Sean here. I thought I'd just come on and do a quick run through on creating a suitability letter and how you can export it from Trigold into Word. There's a question that's come in from James Lockman regarding do you have to use the suitability letter in Trigold? And the answer is yes. Going forward, you won't be able to use the suitability letters which PS would previously give us template, and you will have to complete all suitability reports through the Trigold system. So what I'll do is I'll show you how to run through that now. And I'll just use the client that Malcolm has previously set up. So you can see on the screen we've got the source and John Smith. And what will happen is we run the source. So it brings it through. If anyone's got any questions whilst I'm doing this, if you just drop them in on the questions through and I'll answer them as we're going along. Yep, so this was a search through and it's brought the client. So if I was looking at the client and see I was going to go with the top one, the Abbey current account one, what I would do then is I would select that and then I would create my KFIs. So you got the KFIs all there. I then select all the deals I wanted, come through and confirm how I was taking the payment. So for this year we're using LNG Mortgage Club. Through the completion, everything is fine. Make sure the details on the letter will come through. Everything was all correct, and then I would preview the letter. Produce and come through. And obviously we're bringing through the KFIs, which I've seen before, confirming all the details of the offer and the client and what the charges are. I'll then close down the KFIs, and these will automatically save into the client's folder on Trigold system. I can then close down the key facts. Yes, yeah. So once it's completed, I'll then go, once the system catches up with it. Yep. I'll then go back to the client source, and as you can see along the top, there's tabs, like the source code properly. The section where you would find the create suitability letter is in the document section. And what you need to do is if you select the KFI, you can see at the bottom it comes with create suitability letter. This is currently grayed out. As what I want you to do as a check is just click on the KFI. If it still doesn't come available, what you'll need to do is you'll need to view the document through the button in the bottom right hand corner. Close that, and then just make that your final KFI to proceed with. We'll then take you in, and you can click on create suitability letter if it doesn't drop. So suitability letter is created. You'll see at the top, this is the standard format. So you've got service level, and it's full advice, or if you're doing an execution only, it's available there. And you'll see that it changes the options available to you. So if we're looking at full advice and recommendation here, and what you would do is you just go through, and each one of these headings with a tick already in will show up as a box within your suitability letter. And all you're really looking to do is select the option that is most relevant. So if I go through and I just put some options available so we can look at them. You want to fix mortgage costs, payment options, the client indicated, the right to move home, and then there's additional options, which is other options, which obviously you can read through. You want in case of sickness. There's no limit on what you can put in. If clients wanted 4 or 5 of these, there's no, you can put them all in. When you scroll down, you will notice that there's some options which are available in yellow. These are the mandatory fields which you must complete. So you must complete these sections. But if we go down, we'll go through it and we'll come back. So you can see there's more mandatory fields here. If I just put in a few bits. And these mandatory fields are kept over here on the right hand side. So if you click on mortgage term, it's asking me to put in the term of the mortgage. So all you need to do is up in the right hand corner. The mortgage term is 25 years. This is because see the client wanted lower payments, lower monthly payments. Yep. And then affordability. Now affordability comes through. And so you've got initial rate, and you put in what the initial rate was. The mortgage. So it will ask you to enter a percentage of the client's income this is affected. So say if it was 30% of the client's income, you would simply enter in the 30%, but you have to work that out on a manual basis. And we see again, affordability payments will increase their outgoings. You need to put how much in, so it increases it by 5% of the monthly disposable income. And then the bottom box is your free text box. So what is the reason why I recommended that particular mortgage to the client? And obviously you would just fill in, type in what you thought was relevant. I'll just put in some text so we can see it works. Now, without completing those fields, the letter will not let you complete. So what we'll do here is, if we click on print preview as a completed letter, and then we'll bring up the letter we've created. So as you see here, it's got the client's details. If you this in the top right hand corner, it would have your details, so your name, address, etc., that you'd set up the account with. And when we go through the suitability letter, it tells you these are the mandatory fields, you're recommending fee. So exactly what you're recommending, covering what has been covered in the letter. And then goes into the section of what you told me. So whatever we've selected within the option, one more set up a suitability letter will pull through and be placed within the letter. And then you've got your payments options, why have you selected the mortgage, what filters you use when sourcing, so the 25-year terms pull through, your payment methods. We'll also pull through a section of the comparison. So these are what was available to us, and this helps us to show why we selected the mortgage and what else was there, what other mortgages we discounted to the client as it didn't meet their needs. And then your recommendation will be completed in here. So the mortgage you've given, the affordability, so you're confirming that it'll be 30% of your total income. This is a 5% increase, and why have they confirmed that details. And then at the bottom, where the free text is, like that, you'll be able to see your comments, so your free text of why you've recommended that particular mortgage. And then also, because of your Trigold account, it will automatically pull through your contact information. So you'll have your address for the client to contact, your telephone number and your email address if you've got any further questions. And that, excuse me, and that will be put on the bottom with your name. I am aware that the suitability letter might not meet everyone's requirements, and there is sometimes a need to move it into Word. So what I'll do now is I'll run through how you can get it, remove it from Trigold, put it into Word, so that you can edit it to suit your needs. And basically it's as simple as, at the top of the document, you click Edit, and then you click Product Suitability Letter. And if you see there, it changes into a slightly different format. So we then have to highlight the letter all the way down. So we then highlight the letter, like so. We then select Copy at the top. And if you open up a new Word document, as I'll do below, you then simply need to right-hand click and paste the letter across into a Word document. I'll open up the Word document for you. As you can see, it's pulled exact details that were had within the letter. It's all pulled through into the Word document, and this makes anything you want to edit or anything you want to add into here, you can, as you can see here. If there's some things in the letter which you feel you need to remove, you know to do so. Be careful of doing that in case you remove any mandatory fields. I would simply say when you're moving it across into a Word version so it can be edited, that you look to just add rather than remove stuff from it. And then all you have to simply do is File, Save As, and then Gilsmith SL, and then save that into the relevant client file. Yep. Has anybody got any questions at all around that process? I'll just put you on hold for 2 seconds and I'll have a look at any questions that are coming in. Hi, yeah, we had a few questions come in just asking if we can recap on how I moved that suitability letter over the Word. So if you want to just bear with us, I'll do this again for you. Yep. So basically you've got this is the suitability letter that we have created. And I've left this open, so you can see, so let's close it down. So when we complete the suitability letter, we'll simply click on the print preview. Which brings up the letter. We then go to the top left hand of the page and it says edit, and there'll be one drop down that comes available, which is product suitability letter. So we click on the product suitability letter, and that will change the format so that we can get in and take some information. And then we simply need to highlight the content of the document. So, up on the top page, we click copy. You can then find Word through the side of your desktop. This one is at the bottom. So you just click on the Word and open up a new document. So it's a blank page. You then right-hand click on your mouse, and then you can paste the content in. And then from there you can edit and save where you'd require it. Can you just raise your hand if you're okay with that now? Yeah, and we've had a question from Anthony just asking, would it be more efficient to start the process through the workbench to save the duplication of data? You can go through into Trigold on the workbench system. Simply if you come along to the mode sourcing bit and you select the button option which is there for prospector. Obviously we're aware that some advisors will want to do it through that process, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're also aware that some advisors would prefer to source it externally through Trigold, separately using the workbench system, and that's fine as well. If you do it through workbench, the KFIs when you do it in Trigold will automatically save onto the workbench system. If you do it through Trigold Prospector as a standalone, you'll obviously have to save your KFIs to the client file and load them up manually once the document section comes up available in that process. If you want to confirm that's helped, Anthony there. Cheers. Yeah, I've had a couple of questions coming in just regarding the use of the Trigold suitability letter, and it is now, once you're using the new workbench system, it is mandatory that you use the Trigold suitability letter. You no longer use the templates available that PS used to provide. We will expect to see the Trigold letter on the file. Okay. Yeah, I've just had a question from Chris Denham about changing the contact details in your suitability letter. And that can be done once you convert it to Word. If your contact details are incorrect, you can simply edit them with the Word. And the options to do that are just at the bottom. So if you want to edit anything, you could simply say your telephone number, email address, and this will also give you the option to add in anything else that you think might be relevant, so it's in websites or etc. Okay. I've just had another question from Anthony. He's asking us, there's one advantage of saving into Word is that a letter can be used as a template. Would you recommend doing that? To be honest, Anthony, I wouldn't recommend you saving it as a template letter, because what the Trigold system will do, as you can see from the letter I have up on the screen, a lot of the data that you've already completed in your source and in your KFIs will automatically pull through, so just make sure that's correct. If you were to use a template, you'd still have to enter a lot of manual data, which would be prone to error. Plus, you wouldn't have the option of selecting the fields throughout the letter if you were to use it as a template. I hope that helps. If you just want to confirm by raising your hand, that'd be great. Yeah, we just had a couple of questions asking if this webinar will be available for future reference. And the great news is you're not getting rid of Sean and Malcolm that easy. And we'll have recorded this webinar, and it will be getting loaded up onto the extranet for advisors to have access to it. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I've had a question from James asking how long will it be until it's mandatory to use the suitability letter? And the straightforward answer is once you've completed your workbench and Office Web training sessions, so your induction course, we expect you to start using the suitability letter for any new submissions that you're putting through on the workbench system. Thanks. Yeah, Anthony's just asked about where the recordings will be stored. The recordings are going to be stored on the extranet, and it will be under the partners section and the workbench sales support. I'll show you that they're here on the system. Yeah, just to show you where we're going to host the webinars, and it will be available obviously once we've completed them. And this is also a good way of finding out any videos, any training that you need on the system. It's simply in the Partners tab in the extranet, and there's a Workbench Sales Support page, which has the advisor graphic on all the contacts and everyone that you need to speak to. We are regularly updating the Easy to Do Business FAQs, and there is various training videos throughout each system to help you with anything you need to do. The handbooks that you're handed out on course, the Easy to Do Business handbooks also available within this section, and the main contacts of who you can go to, so contacting De Facto, contacting technology, or contacting myself or Malcolm in the advisor support team. Our telephone number and email address is available there for you as well. Hope that helps. Thank you. Jim's Irvine just asked if there'll be a period where you still use the old system. The system will be available, so the True Potential system will be available 4 weeks after completing the course, is how long it will be open for you. You can only use it if you've got cases which you've already submitted, so you've already started the process through True Potential. Any new mortgages or any new cases that you're going to put through, like you start doing from now on, need to go through on the workbench system. So just to recap, any cases that you started within True Potential, you may complete. Any new cases will need to be submitted through the workbench system. Thank you. James Irvine, just a question. Can you advise the cases that are sitting in the old system, will they be carried over to the new system? James, can you just confirm which systems you're talking about there, and what you mean by which deals will be carried over? Thanks. Bye. Yeah, so thanks. James Evans has come back there and said, any cases started, will they continue on the old system? The answer is yes, James. If you started a case within the True Potential system, that case will still be in the True Potential system for you to complete, and you can continue to complete that case. So you follow the exact process that you're following previously within True Potential, you'll follow, and it's only new business that you'll need to put through onto the workbench system. Thank you. Yeah, I've just got a question from Robert Bradley, which I'll read out and cover up for you. When doing a joint fact find, and clients say an existing mortgage of paying £800, in the expenditure boxes, the assured as both clients paying 400 or just as one client paying the whole amount. And obviously this factoring will be for the workbench system. And if it's a joint mortgage, obviously both clients are liable for the payments. So it would show it as £400 each of the expenditure. But the total, and then within the document, just confirm that total amount is £800 for your suitability letter. Okay, hope that helps. Thanks. Hi, just had a question from James Lockman. Does the percentage of disposable income take into account their current mortgage payment if it is for a new purchase? So James, the question, the answer is, as you see within the fact find, what the fact find will ask for is what they are paying now, so what they're paying for the current mortgage. It will then ask you to go and see what the situation will be on income once you complete the mortgage that you're doing. So you will remove one mortgage, another mortgage will be the one that is currently being paid, and then the fact find will then do a comparison to see this is how you look currently, and then this is how you will look in the future after this sale. So that will be covered off within the fact find for you. Can you just raise your hand to see if that's covered the question? Thank you. Yeah, just a question from James Irvine again. Thanks for your question, James. His question is just asking if he'd started the process of true potential but hadn't completed, could he then transfer over and using the workbench system? Just to confirm, you could process it through the workbench system, but there'd be no way of transferring it from true potential into the workbench system. You'd have to manually start the process again, so manually go and complete the fact find and go through the new process. You should be okay to use the documentation and anything that you've already completed, but you'd also have to load that up as well. So there's nothing to stop you as long as you haven't completed the mortgage from going and starting the process within Workbench and just removing the client from the true potential system. Hope that helps. Thanks. I've just got a question from Tetra asking, do we keep our existing version of Trigold? Yep, the current version of Trigold you have in the system is the one that you'll use, and we're not changing at the moment, so whatever you've got on there is the version that you'll use going forward. I would also recommend that you do regular updates with your Trigold system. It doesn't automatically update as it's a standalone system on your machine, so it is worth going in at least once a week and just running updates to make sure all the offers and everything are updating as well. Hope that helps, Mel. Thanks. I just got a question from James, who is attending course next week. Just asking, will any updates be done on the course? The updates can be done by yourself. There's no need to update for the course. As long as you've got your version of Trigold on your machine for attending the course, that should be fine. The updates can just be running any time by yourself by going into Trigold and simply doing the update option. Okay, thanks. Hi guys. I just had a couple of questions in from Mel and Sheet. Just asking around about power plant access to Trigold. Now this is a bit of a complicated one, so bear with us. The Trigold system is a standalone system which is hosted on the individual machine. So if you're using a power planner and you were using one laptop and had Trigold on it, and this power planner had Trigold on another laptop, that Trigold and all documents and research that you did would only be saved onto the version of Trigold on the relevant machine. What this means is if you were doing the sourcing and the KFIs, the power planner would need access to the same laptop that you did it on to be able to complete the suitability letter. Now the way around this would be for yourself to create a suitability letter and export it to Word, and then you can send that to the power planner to add in any further information required. But unfortunately, they will not be able to get access through their version of Trigold to document the information that you've created. Please raise your hand if that made sense there, please, guys. Yep, I think that made sense. Thank you very much. If anyone's got any more questions or anything you need answered, just drop them through. One here for another half an hour, so happy to answer any questions whilst you're here. Thanks, guys. Just a question from James asking if once you complete the course, if you can use the same paperwork, so business cards, office stationery, etc. Yes, you can. You still use the positive solution stuff with your mortgage broker, etc. on there. There's no problems with that at all. If you need to order any new stationery, obviously it's the same process. Just get in touch with the stationery girls at the head office on an email address, which is stationery@thinkpositive.co.uk, and they can help order any new stationery you require. Thanks. Yep, just another question from James. It should be covered in your course as well, James. We just asked if Intrinsic will still pay in the same way as PS, and the answer is yes. Once you complete a case on the new Workbench system and you submit it through Office Web, it will be transferred over to the True Potential system 24 hours after it's been submitted, and you'll be able to go on and check all commissions, chase your pipeline as you normally would, all through the TP system. I hope that helps. Thanks. Just Sean back again. Just a couple of questions for you guys. We are looking to run a mortgage submission webinar next week. Could you raise your hand if you think this would be a benefit to you? And also put in any details in the questions box that you think you may want to have covered additionally. Thanks. Hi there, guys. Just a quick note. Obviously, a few of you mentioned that you would like to see a mortgage submission webinar next week, so I'll definitely come back by popular demand and run through a mortgage submission with you and just show you some of the pitfalls maybe of the system and some of the benefits of the system to you and help you use any quick access routes that we can. Just a quick reminder for yourselves as well, so I'm aware that some of you will now be leaving the webinar. This is mainly for the deposit solution guys that are on the webinar. Obviously, we're trying to promote these webinars and get out as much as we can. So we'd really appreciate it if you found the webinar worthwhile and you think other people can benefit from it. If you could just drop a quick note on the message boards, and hopefully we can get full benefit from all the partners on these sessions. Thank you very much. Just another note add on to the message board as well, guys. I will be offering cash for any promotions of Sean being fantastic. Thanks. Michael just asked how much cash, and that will depend on how great the comments are about myself. We'll do a sliding scale on that. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I've just had a question after these webinars will count towards structured CPD, and unfortunately they won't count towards structured CPD. You can have them in as a CPD, but it won't be structured. Thanks. Just a question from Anthony. If you start the sourcing from Workbench and decide to resource directly from Trigold, would you be able to replace the KFI that would be imported from Prospector? And the answer is yes, you would. Within the documents section, you can actually remove any documents that you don't wish to have in there. So if you had a KFI in there that you'd already done, you'd simply select the KFI and select the remove button at the bottom, and that would take that KFI out. You can then replace it with your new KFI. Hope that helps, Anthony. Last 10 minutes, guys, so if you want to start getting your questions in before we finally close off, we can get them all covered up for you now. Right, that's 5 minutes now, guys. And Michael, if you do the Super Casual Friday list extra doshas on the board, it will definitely be worth your while. Thanks. So to come back to the webinar, I thought I'd just recap on some of the stuff covered. If you've got any questions, obviously you know the advisor support. I'll run through the contact information for you again. So you can see on the chart of open, this tells you exactly who's available. Anything that's been covered in this session today, you can get more questions on it if you come in touch with advisor support, which is advisorsupport@intrinsicfs.com. You can also contact our mortgage support team, which is mortgagasupport@intrinsicfs.com as well. Our mortgage guys are here predominantly to help you with any mortgages that which you are struggling to place. So you can drop them an email with information of the mortgage that you're struggling, and they can go and speak to the lenders and providers and see which one may be available to help you with that placement. Obviously, you've got your relationship managers in the field, IT support desks, whoever knows the guys up here. De facto webinars which we run, which won't be as well for you guys, but if you're thinking of if you're doing any investment business, then there as well. And we will continue to run in drop-in webinars all the way through next week. There will also be one this afternoon. If you've got any questions away from the mortgages or Trigold, please drop in and have a look there. I'll just cover off the videos, which will help as well. So as you can see, we've got the workbench tutorials, which will help you go through the sales process, help you complete a demands and needs letter, protection business, building contents. So all these videos are available for you to watch. So if you get stuck with any submissions or any points, you can either come through to the advisor support team, which you can call on the 01912410739 number, or you can drop us an email into advisorsupport@intrinsicfs.com, and we're happy to help from there. There's also the office web videos, which goes through how to add fees, charges, anything that you require through there, and then the easy to do business guides as well. Hope you enjoyed the webinar. I think we'll just call that the end of now. If you've got any questions, please drop them through. We'll stay on for a few more minutes just to answer any final questions. Thank you. Alright, just like to thank everyone for coming on the webinar today. There will be further webinars throughout the week, and we'll get an announcement put out on what day I'll be running a mortgage submission webinar for you. So you want to come on there. And again, if you found them with benefit, please do go on the message boards and let other people know that they are available and if they are worthwhile. Thanks everyone, and we'll end that session now. Appreciate your time.